I'm going to be ranking every single Metallica album based on how many times the letter I appears in the title of the songs on the album. Starting with Kill 'Em All, Hit the Lights has 2, The Four Horsemen and Motor Breath both have 0, Jump in the Fire and Anesthesia have 2, Whiplash has 1, Phantom Lord, No Remorse, and Seek and Destroy all have 0, and Metal Militia has 3. This puts Kill 'Em All in C tier with 10 I's. Alright, the next album is Ride the Lightning, where we're starting with Fight Fire with an outstanding 4 I's, followed by Ride the Lightning with 3, For Whom the Bell Tolls and Fade to Black both have none, Trapped Under Ice has 1, Escape has none, Creeping Death has 1, and Call of Cthulhu has none. This puts Ride the Lightning at 9 I's and also in C tier. Next up is Master of Puppets. Battery and Master of Puppets both have 0, The Thing That Should Not Be has 1, Welcome Home Sanitarium has 2, Disposable Heroes, Leper Messiah, Orion, and Damage Inc. each have 1. This puts Master Puppets with 7, and also in D tier. Our fourth album, and so far the most disappointing, is And Justice for All. Starting with Blackened, which has none, And Justice has 1, Eye of the Beholder, 1, Shortest Straw, Harvester of Sorrow, all have none, Frayed Ends of Sanity has 1, To Live Is to Die has 3, and Dyer's Eve has 0. This puts And Justice for All with 5 I's and in F tier. Next on the chopping block is Metallica's self-titled album, Metallica. Starting with Enter Sandman, which has 0, Sad But True has 0, Holier Than Thou has 1, Unforgiven has 1, Wherever I May Roam has 1, Don't Tread on Me and Through the Never both have 0, Nothing Else Matters has 1, Of Wolf and Man has 0, The God That Failed has 1, and The Struggle Within and My Friend of Misery both have 2, which puts it at a final of 9 and also in C tier. Our next album is the best ranking so far, Load, starting with Ain't My Bitch, which has 2, 2x4 has 0, The House That Jack Built has 1, Until It Sleeps and King Nothing both have 2, Hero of the Day has none, Bleeding Me has 1, Cure has 0, Poor Twisted Me, Wasting My Hate, and Mama Said each have 1, Thorn Within has 2, Ronnie has 1, and The Outlaw Torn has none. This puts it at a final of 14 I's, and in our first A tier. Now Load's sister album, Reload, is where things get a bit difficult. We start with Fuel with 0, The Memory Remains has 1, and Devil's Dance has 1, but The Unforgiven 2 is technically written with Roman numerals, meaning it has 2 I's at the end. So, I count that as 3 I's for The Unforgiven 2. Then we have Better Than You with 0, Slither and Carpe Diem Baby with 1, Bad Seed with 0, Where the Wild Things Are and Prince Charming with 2, Low Man's Lyric with 1, and Fixer with 1, putting it at a final score of 13 and in B tier. Next we go to Metallica's longest album, Garage Inc. Starting with Free Speech for the Dumb has 0, It's Electric is 2, Sabracadabra and Turn the Page are both 0, Die Die My Darling is 3, Loverman, Merciful Fate, and Astronomy are all 0, Whiskey in the Jar is 2, Tuesday's Gone is 0, The More I See is 1, Helpless is 0, The Small Hours is 0, The Weight is 1, Crash Course in Brain Surgery is 2, Last Caress / Green Hell is 0, Am I Evil is 2, Blitzkrieg is 2, Red Fan is 0, The Prince is 1, Stone Cold Crazy and So What are 0, Killing Time is 3, Overkill is 1, Damage Case, Stone Dead Forever, and Too Late are all 0. This puts Garage Inc. with a final score of 20 I's and in I tier. Next is one of Metallica's live albums, S&M. Most of the songs on this album are just live versions of already existing songs, so I'm only going to point out ones that are specific to this album. The Ecstasy of Gold is 0, No Leaf Clover is 0, and Minus Human is 0, because the minus is a minus sign and not the word minus. Now, throughout the rest of the songs on the album, it does get up to 8 I's, putting S&M in D tier. After S&M comes Metallica's most controversial album, Saint Anger, starting with Frantic with 1, Saint Anger with 0, Some Kind of Monster with 1, Dirty Window with 2, Invisible Kid with 4, My World with 0, Shoot Me Again with 1, Sweet Amber with 0, The Unnamed Feeling with 1, Purify with 1, and All Within My Hands with 2, putting Saint Anger at a final score of 13 eyes and in B tier. Next up is Death Magnetic, starting with That Was Just Your Life with 1, The End of the Line with 1, Broken, Beat, and Scarred with 0, The Day That Never Comes with 0, All Nightmare Long with 1, Cyanide with 1, The Unforgiven 3, following the same rules as The Unforgiven 2, has 4, The Judas Kiss has 1, Suicide and Redemption has 3, and My Apocalypse has 0, putting Death Magnetic at a final score of 12, and also in B tier. Next we have Metallica's most forgotten album, Lulu, which starts with Bradenburg Gate, which has 0, The View, Pumping Blood, Mistress Dread, and Iced Honey all have 1, Cheat on Me is 0, Frustration and Little Dog are 1, Dragon is 0, and Junior Dad is 1, putting Lulu at 7 and in D tier. Getting into the final stretch, we have Hardwired to Self-Destruct, starting with the song Hardwired to Self-Destruct, which has 1, Atlas Rise is 1, Now That We're Dead is 0, Moth into Flame is 1, Dream No More is 0, Halo on Fire, Confusion, and Man Unkind all have 1, Here Comes Revenge has 0, Am I Savage has 1, Murder 1 has 0, and Spit Out the Bone has 1. That puts Hardwired at 8 and also in D tier. Following the same rule as S&M, S&M 2 only has 2 new songs, Scythian Suite, which has 2, and The Iron Foundry, which has 1, meaning S&M 2 has a final score of 16, putting it in A tier. Metallica's most recent album, 72 Seasons, unfortunately does not have 72 eyes in it. 72 Seasons has 0, Shadow Falling has 0, Screaming Suicide has 3, Sleepwalk My Life Away has 1, You Must Burn and Lux Eterna both have 0, Crown of Barbed Wire has 1, Chasing Light has 2, If Darkness Had a Sun and Too Far Gone both have 0, Room of Mirrors has 1, and In Amatoria has 1, putting 72 Seasons with 9, and unfortunately Metallica's most recent album finishes in D tier. Now I could add Metallica's EPs and singles, but that seems like a ton of extra work and I'm lazy, so I'm going to finish it off here with Metallica's best album being Garage Inc. and their worst being And Justice for All. That is all. Go away.